Hi, I'm Donna, and for the past 2 years we have been travelling Australia in this, our mini home on wheels, my family, and today we're going to give you a walkthrough of our home. Well, first off, I'll show you the master suite. So around here is my cupboard. I have my hats and things, tops, skirts, dresses, shorts, pants, pajamas, and underwear is down here. Warmer clothes, some books, first aid kits, Mark's warmer clothes. Up here he has his hats, underwear, t-shirt, warmer clothes, shorts, and some work clothes. Right down here on either side is like a little drawer. There's also this little section here which you can get through to, which is great for, you know, your books and that kind of thing. I also have my coffee there in the morning, which is fantastic. Little shelves just along here which are handy, and I usually put most of my camera gear. You can see our drone is up there. A Sirocco fan, and it is so powerful. We had it hooked up. It runs through the wires in the caravan, and I highly recommend you get one of those because it really does blow. 2, 3. Love it. We also have a light under here. Mark hooked one of these up. If you're buying a new one, that you get one put in straight away. And this little hook is for my phone, so I can watch phone at night time. Mark has the same over his side. Now when you're traveling, of course, you only have limited space. So I have culled down a lot of my clothes and thrown them out and just kept the ones that I really want to wear. But these Jaycos do go quite deep, and I do fit quite a bit of clothes in there. Underneath the bed we put our winter clothes, but we've got those out now. So our cupboards are chockers. So the bed is not so comfortable when it's just the normal mattress, so we have put on an eggshell foam overlay, and we've also put on mattress cover, and that has made it so comfortable, and I love it, which you need to if you're going to be sleeping in it for long periods of time, even if it's over a week, so you don't want to come back on a holiday and have sore back. So I definitely recommend investing in a couple of $100s to upgrade your mattress. So underneath there is this whole section of storage, which I've got 2 of the bunker containers, which you can get from Bunnings. I've got them full just of stuff, because remember we had to move our whole house into this caravan, so it was very hard to get rid of some things. And you can also see in there, which they're a bit dusty, but we've got our 2 batteries, and we've also got the inverter. We don't need the inverter right now because we're on power, but most of the time when we're camping off grid, and I need to use that inverter for my Apple TV and also my NutriBullet. They're the main things, because the toaster's fine, we just use the grill. Okay, let's look at the dining area. We decided on an L-shape dining table just because you kind of have a bit of a longer bench, and yes, the kids can really sleep on it if they want. This goes down. You could put another mattress there, which we haven't really needed to do. One of my friends has got sun seeker, and theirs actually goes around like that, which is really cool because you can have sort of people sitting there and people sitting there, and then you've got your dining table this way, which is awesome. So obviously we've got the window there, we've got more shelves here as well, which basically are filled with stubby holders. We've also got this extra fan. This is the fan that we used to have for the whole time that we were traveling up until just after we left Darwin. It's okay, it's pretty cheap, but it's a good second one. Up here we have our radio and the battery switch. The one thing I do like about these blinds is you've got the full block out, and then you've got the fly screen. And if it's cold, which it has been in Tasmania, and we generally try to chase the sun, these curtains here for winter actually make the caravan really cozy and warm and keep the warmth in. You wouldn't think it, but they really do work. Up here we just have all our kind of electronics, maps and guidebooks, and also all our warranties, DVDs. Yeah, we collected postcards along the way, but we've never really posted them. We're a bit lazy like that. And we've got more of our first aid kit up here. Accessible sunscreen for our kids. Up here we have the water volume, the water pump. We've got the gas hot water, and this is also a new thing that Mark's added, which is an electronic battery system. So it just gauges the battery. I'll do a video more on that if you'd like to know the basics of that as well. And this up here is the power to the microwave. We don't use the microwave only if we're on grid, or if we're plugged into power, which we are right now, and we are when we're at caravan parks. But 80% of the time we're living off grid, so we don't get to use the microwave very often. Right here we have the microwave. We don't use it that often, so we're mainly off grid. I think if you get the lithium batteries, you should be able to run it. It does take a lot of power. Mark said that he would prefer not to have it and have more space. I would like to keep it, but I'd probably like a bit more freezer space. We've got this huge Theraford fridge, and I thought it was huge, but my friends do have a bigger one. They've got a Sunseeker, and theirs goes up fairly high as well. But we've got the freezer there. I haven't cleaned this at all. And the fridge. This is something we added, which is one of those carbon monoxide alarms. Very, very important, I think. And we've also got a smoke alarm on that side as well. We installed this as well later on, which is for our broom. Make sure that if you're having a broom that you've got a dustpan and dust brush. Make sure your husband doesn't take it outside and do not bring it back, because that happens all the time. Welcome to my kitchen. My favourite flower in the house. As if. So, I do love cooking though, and it is really important that you have a good sized kitchen if you're travelling for longer than a couple of weeks, because you'll be in here doing it. Everyone thinks that you'll be outside doing the barbecue every single night, but that does get tiresome. Sometimes it's really windy, sometimes there's bugs that annoy you, and sometimes it's absolutely freezing and you want to stay inside at night time. Or you just might be having a quiet one and you want to watch the telly. So speaking of tellies, we have a Sphere telly. This has been going since 2007 when we got our Caravan. It's amazing. It's got a DVD player. We actually hook it up to our Apple TV almost every night, apart from Mark, who likes to watch the news. That needs to be plugged into the inverter to work, because it doesn't work off the 12 volt. So, cupboards. This is basically my pantry along here. I've got wine glasses, collected a few extra ones. Usually I've only got one, but at the moment I've got 3. I do have a weigher there, Tupperware containers, and these little silicone pouches are really handy for bits of fruit and that kind of thing. Up here I've got all my aluminium foils, biscuits, barbecue shapes, tuna packs, and some meals. So up here I have all my cooking sauces and that kind of thing, which is really handy. Oils, coconut oil, salt and pepper, that kind of thing. And protein powders and vitamins and that kind of thing. I've got a little 2 shelves that I got from Kmart for like $2, and underneath there I have baking stuff, which I've never used. There's a light that goes underneath the air vent, and that's it turning on. It's a bit noisy, so I will turn that off. I do have an oven in my Caravan, and that is something that I think is completely necessary for me, because I really love casseroles and roasts and slow cooking. Slow cooking is great because we do that on the fire, but as far as having a slow cooker in the Caravan, I just can't, because it would need to be, we'd need to be on power. We're very rarely on power. It would take too much of the battery power to plug it in the inverter, so it's just a no-no, plus there's no space for it. But it is good to have it in the oven. Slow cooking on the fire, it is absolutely mint, and it doesn't take all day, it only takes a couple of hours. So I have an electric cooktop and 3 gas burners. Underneath here I've got a grill and also the oven, which is fantastic. I love this. Some people wouldn't have it, but for me, I love it, and it means easier cooking, because roasting and that kind of thing is just so delicious and just so easy. The pantry actually goes all the way down, and we tend to fill that up when we did Cape York and when we did off-grid for 3 weeks on the Gib. We did have boxes on the floor then when we had 3 weeks worth of food. I can fit comfortably around 7 days worth of food, but I like to shop every 4 days. In reality, that's more perfect for me and easier to get my head around what we're eating. But if we're catching fish off the beach, that is super duper. Okay, so up here I have all my pantry goods. So things like coffee, and this whole area is full of Tupperware containers. They all store, and I've had stuff in there that we have had in there for 5 years, and because they store so well, they keep. Then I've got this little tray in here, which I've got, things like spices and taco mix, that kind of stuff. And down here I have it's a breakfast cupboard, and we've got all our spreads, eggs, bread, butter, that kind of thing. Down in this section I've got things like the toaster. The toaster is out at the moment because we're using it more, but usually I'll have it shoved right at the back. Box of wine, of course. That's for cooking purposes only. In this section here is doubles up of like canned food, backup stuff, just in case for some reason we might get, I don't know, lost in the middle of the desert somewhere. Under here I've got more of that, and I've got the NutriBullet, and down here is more Tupperware. Under here I have my pots and frying pans. And under the sink, it's a bit of a mess. I haven't cleaned in there. I can only clean so much at one time, which I've just done all the outside to make it look good. I've got all my cleaning products and potatoes, and I've just shoved in there some pots and my kettle, which, like, really, it always sits out here. It's just making it look nice. Coffee thermo plunger. This is the best thing in the world. It plunges coffee every day, and we use it every day. And honestly, that's always out here too, but I did store it away today. Let's have a look at the drawers. Now, I'm going to do this really quick because it's messy. Up here I have all my cutlery. I bought this thing off Amazon. Knives, these are from Kmart, straws, chopsticks, and all the utensils, and this is just mess. Down here I've got all my spices, some mini chopping boards, some leftovers, like extra spices. I've got all our plates. We usually use these mini plates, which are great. I don't like the look of them, but they've done the job. And these plastic, these are all melanite. Not my preferred thing. I'm actually trying to find some nice bamboo ones. Bowls. We've got basically 4 of everything. I have added a little hook here. This is where our garbage bag goes, but I took it off because I wanted it to look pretty. There's my Apple TV, which I absolutely love. And I've just had these made in Indonesia, which is like a fruit thing. It's not quite perfect, so I'm still working on it. I'll put the details below if I've got them for sale yet, as well as this little, it's actually for pots. So I'm going to go out to Kmart today and get like a little pot and put some coriander in it. And I also got these made up, which are just little things that you can put keys and sunglasses and that kind of thing in, because we did used to put the sunglasses over here. Okay, so this is the kids section, and we can close it all the way off. Doesn't matter because I can still hear everything. As in the TV, we've got the 2 bunks, and I'm going to show you those in just a second. Over here we have hanging space, which you really do need. We beach camp as much as we can, and we're chasing the sun, so we're always swimming. There's not very many spots for a map, but there's a good spot there. And this is a kid's closet, kind of the kid's closet, because I've got linen up there. I've got a little bit more linen there. When I say linen, towels, we took 5 towels away with us. That was really good, and a towel each for the beach, but in reality we probably got double that because we've got them stored away. I've got winter clothes there, some more towels, some pajamas because they don't quite fit, boys clothes, girls clothes, and then I've given these 2 drawers to the kids for their own stuff, and then they've also got all their schoolwork stuff under there. Now down here is also another cupboard. We don't use that on the inside because every time we open that up and we travel it comes open, so we just don't unlock it here. And we've also shortened this ladder to make it fit better, so because otherwise it sits out and it's actually really uncomfortable. I'm going to get Tilly to show you her bedroom. Who's in there? Knock knock.
Hello.
Oh, Tilly, this is Tilly's bunk. What are you going to show me?
Well, I want to show you what it's like to be in this bunk. It can be annoying sometimes when I'm sleeping and my blanket tries to fall down there.
Yeah, so you should probably move that back above your head, yeah? Because you've had it up there.
Because then I store everything in that spot.
Yeah, the sacrifices we make to have a box of toys at the end of your bed, hey?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we gave them to travel with. And obviously Tilly's managed to keep all her toys up there too.
I got some hanging up here too.
Can you show us the window?
Sure. So here you can just go like this and it can close like this. So you can clip it there and you press there and it goes up like
That's
that.
better, I can see better light now.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you got there? You got a pillow, 2 pillows and a couple of blankets?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And also, what else do you have? Do you have a sleeping bag?
Yes, but it's not up here right now.
Because it's hot at the moment.
I also got this table.
Yep.
From Officeworks. I got this light from Bunnings, which...
So that's your night light?
Yeah, it turns
And
red,
then
and then if you leave it for a little, it will it's changing colour now.
And how do you go to your room? What do you do?
I climb up this ladder.
And then what?
I go, and then I close this blind.
And then your door's closed.
And look.
Very good. And Tex has got the same sort of thing down there.
Pass me the camera.
Welcome to my bathroom. Yes, I'm sitting on the dunny. And there is only just enough room for me to sit on the toilet and close this door. So So one thing you'll want to get used to if you're living in a caravan is the lack of privacy, and we have a lack of privacy.
Slowly, but don't wait for too long. Just hold me.
I definitely do appreciate my toilet, shower and laundry in the caravan. Living on the road for over 2 years really has given us a lot more flexibility. My top tip is always to use the public toilets where you can, because these beauties fill up pretty quickly. It probably only takes 2 days for us to fill them up if we're using them non-stop. So, but I definitely couldn't live without it, that's for sure. There's quite a bit of storage in these things. We have put these up there. I think they're from Kmart. Jeez, I love Kmart. And we did do the option of the 3 kilogram washing machine, which that's it there. It's a little bit tattered and old, but it certainly does the job. And full sink, that's it going. It's a little noisy, but it's okay. Extra things under there for the bathroom, for cleaning and that kind of stuff. Okay, so you're probably wondering what we think about our Jayco and would we buy it again, and that is a definite yes. They are such good value for money. But how has our caravan fared over the last 2 years? Pretty darn good, I think, considering we've obviously got the 2 kids. We've also got 2 cats, and we've had a dog that's travelled with us most of those 2 years, so it's held up really well. In 2017, when we first purchased the van, there was a little issue with the cupboard handles. We did get a new set and we replaced them, and we haven't had one issue since, so that was fantastic. Our fridge, we've had a few issues with it when we've had the sun and the wind at the same time, but we later realised that we're supposed to be servicing it, which we haven't done, and it's still faring well. It's plugged in now and it's perfect, but we are going to get it serviced soon. We've only had to replace the caravan door handle once, which is quite surprising considering our kids are yanking on it and they're slamming it every single time they go in and out of the door. I think it cost about $60, and Mark bought it from a spare parts place in Broome, and he put it on himself. But obviously if you wanted to get Jayco to do it, a little bit more complications would come along with that as well. The shower screens have all held up really well. Whenever we go off-road, we put a little toy in between them and it kind of sticks them so they're not rattling, and that has really helped. We've taken them off once in part of the Gibb River, but we haven't worried about doing that and they've been fine. Batteries have been an absolute gem. Can you believe that we've had them for 5 years and have not needed to replace them, considering that we do at least 70, maybe even 80% off-grid? They have fared really well. There has only been 2 occasions that we've needed to top them up with the generator, and that has been, and we had 10 days, no sun, and I think they've done pretty well considering. Apart from that, it's just been a general wear and tear, and we have really knocked this thing around and it's fared pretty well. There's been a few chips and that kind of thing, which is to be expected after 2 years full-time travel. But we are in the process of planning replacing some of those things anyway, like the tabletop, the bench top and the splashback. Not that they need it, just to give it a bit of a revamp. So make sure that you stay subscribed so that you can tune in for that. Next time we're going to take you around a tour of the interior and also give you some tips on what you might want to make sure that you have on your caravan before you start a big trip. Click here for that. If this was helpful or enjoyable in any way, make sure you give us a thumbs up. It will really help us get this video out to more like-minded people like yourself. And thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.